How's this? We've got a bot coming in. I've literally just started my stream and we've got a bot coming in. Hey bro, you've got a solid stream and a ranked channel. If you want to make 100k with KCIP, add me up on Discord. Yeah, right. Hey Stork, what's happening? I quite literally started stream and it's commented before I even started stream. Oh bro. We're going to be continuing work with the Trench Crusade here, guys. So we've got the wash done on the metallics, so we'll start highlighting those up. This is the armor of the War Prophet, and then we've still got some shades and stuff to do on the communicant as well. You can see that his flail there is obviously way brighter than the rest of the metallics. I need to turn that audio down on the... Sorry, music is way too loud. I apologize. Yeah, finally on some Trench Crusade. Phenomenal models, Blacklit. It's hard not to. My friends all started doing it, and then I was like, all right, I'll pick a warband. Give me some Trench Pilgrims. Wombat, my dude, I'm doing good. How are you? You remember pestering me months about it? Yeah, look, it happens a lot, right? People are like, oh, you should do this. And I'm like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. It'll never happen. And then it happens. And then it happens. It was one of those things I kept seeing non-metallic metal when... You got me there, Stork. That's never going to happen. No, actually, I don't think I'll ever do a full model in non-metallic metal, but I might attempt some areas in non-metallic metal. Or maybe if I do an infinity model one time, I might attempt some non-metallic metal. But yeah, it was the Trench Crusade miniatures. I just kept seeing them everywhere. Like they were all over Instagram. So, yeah, it was pretty hard not to get into them. Anyway, we're gonna do the patented BFG broken edge highlight just to make this look like a worn steel. Should actually wash that. There's one cross I missed on this guy, so we'll just shade that cross quickly before we jump into the edge highlighting. This music's too loud my end as well. Cool, 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 cool. This is a quick way to do a weathered steel. Quite easy way to do weathered steel. It's basically, it's a lead belcher. You could use any like basic silver. Just your baseline silver metal. Do a black wash on it. Do a brown wash, and then take your brighter silver and then apply as thin as you possibly can a broken edge highlight. Doesn't even need to be a consistent. The more inconsistent, the better, actually. You want to be inconsistent with this. Very good for Skaven. I feel like this would work really, really good for Iron Warriors. When I do my tutorial for the Iron Warriors, we might just use this as the steel. You can give it a little micro scratch if you do it. The smaller you can paint it, the better. You want to paint around these little dents as well. Chimp mode, what's happening? How we doing? Happy Tuesday. Painting up your new Stormcast stuff. Which models are you working on? Which model's your favorite model in the range? Oh yeah, Bastian Carthalos is sick. Such a cool model. That's how you do like a hero model. That's how you do a hero model. I really like Yndrasta as well. I think her model is phenomenal. Age of Sigmar just have better models in 40k. I've always been a big fan of the prosecutors, the ones with the wings, even prior to them getting their new flame wings. They've always been really, really cool models. It'd be pretty tough not to paint up some Vanguard models if they end up redoing the Vanguard range. Really, really like the Vanguard range. I painted one of the new Stormcast in a test scheme. Came up pretty good. I should base it up and take some photos of it. Prophet, my dude, what's happening, man? What's happening? Some storm track. Oh yeah, that's cool. How's Nightreign going, Prophet? You getting beat up? Dude, it's got a massive learning curve. I don't think if I had all my Elden Ring experience, I'd be doing as well as I am at Nightreign. It's a lot of knowledge too, right? Like I know a lot of the weapon arts and what they do and the incantations and all that type of stuff. So I know what to look for in game, but it's man, it's rough. like Elden Ring in itself, I think is a game that's better designed to take it slower and learn your way through the game. And then this is just Elden Ring, but on a time limit. Definitely way harder with randos, right? Way harder with randoms. Like, I'm very lucky. Time management is huge, yeah. Yep. Well, that's why I don't know if you ever watch us play, like, we'll leave the storm real early after defeating the first boss. Like, we'll just run into the storm just to get a head start on stuff. Like, we still miscalculate often, you know. There'll be a time where we'll be fighting a boss and we end up fighting it in the storm, or we have to leave it. But that's where it's tough when you're playing with randoms and you ping a boss and you're gonna fight it in the storm, and getting them to bail with you, you know, and because you don't want them to lose their runes. The higher they are on a level, the easier it is to get it done. Nameless King would roll anyone that hasn't seen it. Man, I didn't beat the Nameless King. I've got thousands of hours on Elden Ring combined across PS4 and PC, and I played DS3 and I'd say pretty good in it. Like up until the Nameless King. Like I pretty much worked out every boss. My build was pretty solid. I'd upped my HP to like the hard cap and all of that good stuff, you know. Rescaled. And then, yeah, I versed the Nameless King and he beat the shit out of me. So I'm surprised that I do as well as I do against him on Nightreign. And now I've just jinxed myself because we'll have him as the second night boss and he'll beat the crap out of me now. Took you ages to beat him. Yeah, he's a mean dude, but rightly so. He's Gwyn's son. It makes sense. Yeah, time management's big. Real big in Nightreign. Like knowing when you can't beat a boss as well. So like if you see the bell-bearing hunter and it's not the boss of the first day, if you see a bell-bearing hunter, you probably want to be, and same with Loretta, you probably want to be 10 plus. Otherwise he's gonna mess your day up. He's actually, I feel like he's almost harder when you're playing with multiple people, because you can get him in that backstab loop. It's not infinite. I'm pretty sure on Elden Ring you can almost get him in an infinite backstab loop, but not in Nightreign. He might do it like 5 times in a row, and then he's like, oh, I'm sick of this, and then just try and cut your head off. Who are other bosses you don't really want to mess around with? I feel like that might just be it. Ah, yeah, man. Dreadnoughts take a long time, but they're well worth it. I think you'll just enjoy doing the large armor panels. I know I did. The sarcophagus has a ton of details, like all the pipes and stuff. Grinding hole with the body, yeah. I love painting dreadnoughts. They are very enjoyable. Which again, like it's weird. I don't enjoy painting tanks, and they're basically the same size as a tank. Oh, I should wash that. They're the same size as a tank. They just have character though because they're a dreadnought. So I have it on reliable knowledge that we will finally be playing with Nath tonight and trying to get him to have his final win against the last night boss he hasn't beat yet, which is the Drift Knight, who, from when I was Googling, a lot of people put him as either the hardest boss on Nightreign or the second hardest boss. However, again, me trying to jinx myself, I think you can almost, I'm not going to say trivialize, but I think you can make almost any of the bosses easier to fight if you find a great shield with any class. Any class. Jonathan, thank you very much for the compliment. Appreciate it. Thank you. The only issue with the guarding with the shield is that Guardian, Raider, and Wilder all have really good stamina bars when you build on them. The others, not so much. So they probably won't be able to block as many attacks. But I think the Great Shield is the way to go. Oh, I need to do the chainmail too. I need to do the chainmail. Maybe I'll do it now while I remember. Yep, do it now while I remember. You power stance colossal weapons. Just try and find that dual armament stuff. Marvin was saying that people quit when they see someone playing Raider because they don't rate him. I like him. He's cool as. I did a counterattack build. I did a counterattack build on the Raider, and I ended up getting. What's the great spear that you get to fight Rykard? Serpent Hunter. Is it Serpent Hunter? I got the Serpent Hunter. Which I'm almost certain either scales A or S with strength for a colossal spear. So, like, very, very good in the hands of the Raider. And I had all of this counterattack stuff to do with thrusting weapons, and I was doing some nutty damage. Like, I think I was doing 800 a swing into the tree sentinel on a counterattack. You got 3 gem things. Hang on, you got +9 strength. That's nuts. Yo, Will, what's happening, man? Yeah, man. I'm trying to get my warband done for an event that's happening in August. So we've got a friend that's creating a display board, which is going to be a little example of our future Trench Crusade board. And I want to have something to put on that display board, so I'm trying to get my warband done. My warband consists of like the starter stuff for the Trench Pilgrims and the reinforcements, except for the Shrine of Antioch, because that's a lot of work. If I get it done, fantastic. But I'm not putting that on the must-have list. I've got it, but I don't. Yeah, it doesn't worry me if I don't paint it. He's a big boy. He's a very big boy. My friend got the STLs and printed them. That's his head. That's his mace. Yeah, this is a communicant. So this dude's a big. This dude, yeah, this guy's a big guy. The mace is as big as him, and he's a big guy. He'd be bigger than a firstborn dreadnought, but smaller than a Redemptor. But not much smaller. He's a big boy. Yeah, definitely leaving it to last. Yeah. Been working on I really like the smaller stuff. It's the same as Warhammer. I always like infantry more than I like vehicles and bigger stuff. Like we've got these girls, they need some bases. And then I've painted up six trench pilgrims. Got like 6 trench pilgrims are all on like little sandy bases. I think I made the blood a touch too bright, but that's alright. I might shade it down a touch. We'll see. Love the gore. Got to do it right. It's not my normal paint style, but I got to do it. They've got some sick poses. I think the larger models, some of the larger models, I'm not the biggest fan of. Like the shrine's cool being the size it is, but I don't think it's as good as the other stuff. And then like the brazen bull. Yeah, the bigger stuff I'm not a massive fan of, but the small stuff, they're really cool. Parmo. Well, look who it is. What's happening, my dude? You got a job? Well, congrats, my guy. Congrats. I'm doing good. Doing good. Been running some paint classes. Been painting a bit. Been playing a lot of Nightreign. You've gone into youth work. Okay. You enjoying it, man? You enjoying it? You get to play music and make videos. I love to hear it, man. So good. It's not really something you ever thought of. So it's crazy, right? Nightreign is wicked. We'll be playing a bit in about an hour. Yeah, Nightreign's awesome. Pretty. I get pretty high strung playing it, but it's that type of game. You know, it's very sort of need to be very precise with it in order to succeed. And the trench models are great. They're so good. Like different aesthetic. Obviously, it isn't that Games Workshop, and I'm trying to paint them accordingly. You know, no super nice clean power armor over here. A little more gory. But yeah, I really like them. They're sick. They're sick. And the gameplay itself, the tabletop gameplay, very, very easy to learn. Nice break from edge highlights. Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I basically just finished this, and this is the sculpt that Baz did. So Amphiaris did this sculpt, and I gave it my all in terms of those edge highlights. Like it was a lot. So needed a little bit of a break, and the Trench Crusade models are just that break I needed. You've seen lore stuff on TikTok? I haven't seen any lore stuff for Trench Crusade on TikTok, but I'm sure now that I've actually said it, I will get some for sure. I know the dice that he's been getting into it. In the not so distant past of an alternate reality, there is only war. That was a triple edge highlight. It was a triple edge highlight with a dot. You just can't see the triple unless you... Oh, you can... Oh, on the leg you'd probably be able to see it. It's super thick. You'd have impaled yourself on the sword after one, yeah. Yeah, we did it. Well, you know, I had to do it. Amphiaris sculpted it for this specific reason, so I had to do it. I had to do it. Thank you guys. Thank you. And now we're doing a dirty armored war prophet. With the iron capriot that everyone's like, make sure that stuff isn't white. Yep. Speaking of an hour and Nightreign, in an hour we are going to do the community live stream showcase. So what was the Road to Arc is now just a thread where you guys that are currently watching stream right now can post stuff, and then we'll show everyone else what you're working on. The mudding on the Gambison, just some super quick sponging. Super quick sponging. I'll put some snow on there too, because we put some snow on the capes of these guys. So I'll put a bit of, when I do the bases, I'll put some snow on the Gambison as well. Yeah, I think the smaller stuff for people that are more of a sort of single model display painter / competitive painter, kill teams, war bands, war cry, all those type of things. I think it's really good to be able to branch out, and it's like you said, doing a little bit of a squad. It's a different sort of test. Can you replicate that quality across like 5 or 6 models? Rather than 30 space, yeah, or more. I mean, 30 space, you could do you know what? If you painted 30 of the new Terminators with their characters, that would be a 2,000 point army. Because that's what I was planning on doing for my own Blood Angels. Because, you know, as you know, it takes a long time to paint models. And I still do want to paint a 2,000 point Blood Angel army in between doing all these other projects. And the only way I foresee it happening is if I paint the first company of my Blood Angels, which would be 30 Terminators. Well, it would actually be more. It would be 30. It'd be 36. It would be 6 squads of 5 and then some heroes. The new, oh man, they nailed. They absolutely nailed the new walls. That's how you do a. I would have liked to seen more, but I get why they can't do all of it. But I would have liked to have seen Thunderwolf Cav, and I would have liked to have seen a Dreadnought. I think the only one they didn't really, from memory, really nail for me was Njal. I feel like they should have put him in. I feel like they should have put him in his Terminator armor. Oh, it's not as bad. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it. It's alright. Okay, it's pretty cool. Nah, it's pretty cool. I'll take it back. Saw some different poses. Aryak has 2 different poses. He's got one where he throws the hammer and one where he's holding it. I don't think Niall's going to have 2 though. He looks like he's just holding his staff down the middle. It's actually pretty cool. Blocks off a lot of the model, but... Ragnar... I'll just show you what I'm looking at. Instead of being like... This is what I'm looking at here. For fuck's sake. Is there a community page? Maybe I'll just do Spacefull's community. Is it me? Nah, no stress, Pano. Do what you gotta do, my dude. Do what you gotta do. Is it just me? I know it's 40. Does this look a little bit more like an Age of Sigmar model? I know it's in power armor and stuff. But do you think that's designed by more of the studio that does the Age of Sigmar stuff? Look at the inside of the cape. Because it's good, yeah. Does have that, I don't know. It just reminds me more of an Age of Sigmar model than a 40k model. Maybe it's all the fur. Yeah, so you got Aryak with 2 poses. I actually really like this pose. This pose is sick. Yeah, Niall's better than I thought he was. But he does block off tons of that model. Khorne Deathbringer, I did see that. It's a bit old. It's a bit old school. The Wolfguard are cool. This looks a bit weird for me. Just the big rounded fur on top. Because these dudes look sick. Like, they look really cool. That guy's wicked. Yeah, that Khorne Deathbringer is cool. It doesn't look like the rest of it. Looks like it's got that old school look to it. Because they're a pain in the ass to paint, yeah. Yeah. That's going to be a cool looking army when someone does it. I'd like to see them painted as the wolf spear. Oh, they'll be absolutely filled with them. I want one of the models to be a model of the month, just one of the blood claws, because I want to turn it into a Flesh Terrors tutorial. I should actually make some advertising and a link to my Space Wolf tutorial. $45, guys. We will do the community live stream showcase, so get your posts in that thread, and then we're going to play a little bit of Nightreign as well. No, I consistently get follows every night on TikTok, but very rarely get any people chatting over there. Like there's more, it used to be the other way around. There used to be more lurkers on Twitch, and the TikTok community was more interactive. And the sides have switched. I mean, let's face it, it doesn't really matter if this edge highlight's perfect or not, because it's going to get covered with blood. I suppose it's good to practice though, isn't it? Yeah. I stream on, we actually stream on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick all at once. However, I think using the app I do, which is called Restream, I think it might affect the actual algorithm a little bit. I feel like if I used the actual TikTok studio to stream, the algorithm would work better. But at the same time, I'm mentioning a lot of other platforms, and as we found out earlier on TikTok, they don't like that type of stuff. So that probably does it as well. Diego, you just started Warhammer and chose Blood Angels. Should I invest in good paints? If you're committed to hobby, I would say yes. I would commit to good paints. I would commit to good brushes, because it does help you out. And in terms of colors, I actually have a full tutorial on my Blood Angels on our YouTube channel, and that lists all of the paint colors on there if you want to do the same ones as me. But the fantastic thing about the hobby, especially because you've started it, is you can paint them however you want. If you want to do a darker red for your Blood Angels, you can do a darker red. If you want to do a more pastel red, you can do a more pastel red. If you want to do a metallic red, you could do a metallic red. Lots of people do the metallic red in the Horus Heresy, and it looks pretty damn cool. Appreciate it, Diego. Thank you. If you got any questions, just message me. You can DM me on Instagram. And I stream every night, so you can get like live answers. If you need live answers on the spot, just shout out, man. Just shout out. Well, hello there. What's happening, Marvin? Ready to get a dub against the Drift Knight? With Nath? For Nath? I'm just going to grab some water. I'll be back in a sec. Just need the table. Shit. Half an hour, guys, and we'll do the live stream community showcase. Community live stream showcase. I don't know, whatever I call it. Just see my painting class concept, Marvin. Here he is, the man himself. You ready for a Drift Night dub? Big Hoss? Oh yeah, we're half an hour, dude. Half an hour. Jumping on 9:30.
like it when the bass go. I like it when the bass go.
Cool. Right, let's move on to the big fella. Doing good, man. Doing good. Trying to make some progress on my trench stuff. We'll jump on in like at 9:30, 25 minutes, 24 minutes. Get that dub. Get that big old dub versus the Drift Knight. Yeah, thank you for the likes over on Insta, guys. Sorry, TikTok. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's just one of those things. The more paint you add, the more the model comes together, right? Yeah, they sort of nailed it into his face. Communicants can see better without their eyes, apparently will. Retrofitted lore? Yeah, I don't know. There's a leader for New Antioch called the Sniper Priest, and he's the most accurate guy in the game, and he's blind. So the whole idea behind Trench Crusade is you need 7s to hit, right? Most of the time you're rolling 2 dice and you take the result, and if you roll a 7, you hit. It's the idea. So you have stuff like more elite models like this. So a Stigmatic Nun is more elite. So whenever she fights in combat or she shoots with a pistol, if she's got a pistol, she rolls 3 dice and then takes the 2 highest. And if you roll a 7, then you hit. And the same happens with wounding, except I think it's a serious wound on a 7+. Anyway, a Sniper Priest gets 5 dice to hit. He gets 5 dice to hit. Yeah. Roll 5 dice, and if you roll a 7, you hit. If you roll a 12, you roll a crit to hit, which means I think he ignores armor. Seems very strong. It is. So on one of the weekends when my friends were playing, my friend Will brought a Hell Knight that had an obsidian rifle, and the obsidian rifle actually gets more bonuses if people are in cover as opposed to not in cover, which is pretty damn cool. And he fired it at my friend's Sniper Priest, and he actually missed, even though he had a very, very good chance of hitting. And then my friend fired his Sniper Priest back at the Hell Knight and just ended the Hell Knight. Like just destroyed him. $15 minutes, guys, and we will do the community live stream showcase, and then we're going to jump into a bit of Nightreign. We've got a boss to defeat for Little Net. He just needs to defeat the Drift Knight, and he'll have beaten all the Night Lords. So Marvin and I have been practicing to beat him for him. So. It is, Will. It is actually really, really easy to learn. It is action-based. You can't make more than one shot. So you can move, you can shoot, and you can dash. Now you can't move and charge, but you can dash and charge. But if you ever dash, so it's like a running action, You have to roll 2 dice, and if you get a 7+, you succeed, and then you just move your movement. If you fail, you just end your action completely. So you could move, shoot, and dash back behind cover if you wanted to. You can basically make almost as many actions as you want with characters almost. There's limitations, obviously. It's very cool. It's very cool timing. And like I was saying, it's quite easy to learn. My mates were struggling with some simple maths. So what happens when you verse, let's say, a model that sort of has stealth? Let's use... You haven't done Augur either? Oh, dude, we'll beat the shit out of Augur. We smashed him last night with a rando. We might warm up on Augur. It's alternating actions. Yes. Yep. Until you run out of actions and then someone else just like... you can get out activated, right? If you're versing... My idea with my Trench Pilgrims is to actually have quite a few models. That's the idea, is to have more models than my opponent. But... yeah, so what happens? Let's use 40k as an example. When you fire at something that has stealth, it's -1 to hit. In this, it's pretty much the same, except instead of being -1 to hit, so instead of hitting on an 8, because you'd normally hit on a 7 on 2 dice, what happens is they add an additional dice to the pool, and then you take the 2 lowest. So if you're just a normal guy and you would roll 2 dice to hit on a 7, you add a 3rd dice, you roll all 3 dice, and you take the lowest. So that's how like having a sort of a stealth element works for your character. But let's just say we'll use my nun as an example. Because she gets +1 dice. That would then mean the +1 dice and the -1 dice would cancel each other out, and you just roll 2 dice. And then armor works different to 40k. In this, armor just affects how easy you are to injure. So let me just look at it. It'll be easier. Trench Crusade. I'll just show you guys. I'll just show you guys as well. Cool. Here we go. Here's results table. This is the injury. So after you've rolled to hit, this is what happens. So you roll to wound after you've hit. So on a 2 to 6, you just put a blood marker next to someone. So it's like a wound. Correct, boss. Yeah. It's just a modifier. It's a modifier. But there are some stuff that ignores armor. And there are lots. There's actually some of the more elite models have -3 on their armor, which means you basically can only take them out of action on a roll of a 12, which is very, very cool. Which is very, very cool. Makes them very tough. Makes them very, very tough. Yeah, see, this is why the Sniper Priest is very good on a critical success. Ranged melee +1 dice to your injury rolls. So you would normally roll 2 dice on the injury table. But if you roll a 12+ to hit, which is pretty accessible for a Sniper Priest, it's an additional dice. 10 minutes, guys, and then we will do the community showcase. You do, yeah. Yep, if it's got critical like a sword, sniper's probably got critical too. It was one thing I didn't realize. I was like, oh, why would you pay the extra point for a sword? And then, yeah, I read that it had critical. I was like, that makes sense. That's why a sword is more points than a trench club. Dude just keeps moving. Might just try and get this armor done, and then we'll jump into the Discord. All right, let's check this Discord out, and then we're going to jump into some Nightreign, guys. We'll continue work with these trench boys tomorrow. We might... there's a lot to go. I was like, we might finish the Prophet off and the Communicant, but there's a fair bit to do. Where's my Discord all the way over there? What the hell? Weird. Why does my Discord not want to open? Excuse me. Discord doesn't want to open for some reason. Kind of need it to. Where has it gone? This is weird. I kind of need Discord to play Nightreign as well. Why is this not opening? Help. Just won't open at all. Jeez, I might have to restart my computer here. Alright, I'm going to restart my computer, guys. We'll be back in a sec. This is just not enjoying this. Alright, I will.